Hey, bio team. So when biologists claim that all of the kingdoms that are alive on our planet today derive from a single universal common ancestor, they're relying on a couple of pieces of evidence. First, they're relying on the fact that all kingdoms, whether it's bacteria, whether it's plants, whether it's animals, all the kingdoms are built from the exact same types of macromolecules. For instance, if you were to insert a gene of human DNA for building the protein insulin into a bacteria cell, the bacteria's ribosomes would be able to use that DNA to build human insulin. And in fact, a lot of the insulin that diabetics use comes from bacteria. The medicine that we make is actually grown in bacteria cultures. And that's all possible because the molecules in human cells and the molecules in bacteria cells are fundamentally the same. Even more evidence, there are some genes of DNA that look almost identical across all of the kingdoms, and we call these genes conserved genes. So here's an example of some genes that have been conserved between different animals. But an example of a gene that would be conserved across kingdoms would be, for instance, the gene for breaking down glucose, a very simple sugar. One place where conserved genes are evident is in homologous traits, which are traits that come from similar genes, but might result in different functions. So for example, the wrists and forearm bones in a bunch of different animals are derived from the same sorts of genes, but might get used by the organisms in different ways, for swimming, for walking, for flying, etc. Now, this isn't to be confused with analogous traits or analogous structures, which are traits that serve similar purposes, but come from different genes. So, for example, the wings of an insect and the wings of a bat serve similar purposes, but they're built from drastically different genes and different proteins. And that's it. At this point, you guys have a couple of practice problems. We'll see you next class.